Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news in a move that's sending shockwaves through the league. The Chicago Bears are reportedly making a bold push to bolster their interior offensive line, and the name at the center of the buzz is none other than Quentin Nelson. Yes, you heard that right. The same bulldozer guard who has been one of the top players in the league for years could be heading to Chicago in what many are calling a potential game-changer for the Bears' Super Bowl aspirations. Now, this isn't just a rumor. Sources close to the situation suggest that the Bears are eyeing a trade that could see Nelson donning the navy and orange very soon. And it's not just about adding a star. It's about transforming the trenches into an impenetrable fortress, giving Justin Fields and this offense the protection and run game boost they need to take that next step. So let's unpack what this really means, why it makes sense, and how it could set up the Bears for a brighter, more dominant future. First, you have to understand the context. The Bears, coming off a 9-8 season, showed flashes of promise, especially on defense, which finished ranked in the top 10. But offensively, there's still room for improvement, particularly along the line. Justin Fields has the talent, no doubt, but he needs a sturdy pocket and a consistent run game to unlock his full potential. That's where Nelson comes in. He's not just a good guard, he's a franchise-altering talent, with a PFF grade of 93. 4 overall in 2025, including a staggering 95. 1 run blocking grade, some of the best among guards. Nelson is a game-changer on the inside. He's a guy who can dominate the line of scrimmage, create running lanes, and protect your quarterback with elite pass blocking. Now, let's get into some specifics. Nelson's career has been marked by consistency, durability, and elite play. Since entering the league, he's played 122 games, missing none in 2025 thanks to a recovered knee from 2024. His pass block grade of 91. 8 and run blocking prowess make him one of those players who immediately upgrades any offensive line. In 2025, he allowed only 1 sack across 640 snaps, which is almost unheard of for an interior lineman. Combine that with his ability to create yards after contact. 2. 5 yards per run. He's the kind of player who can turn a run play into a big gain. His career stats include 11 total sacks allowed, which is impressive given the number of snaps he's played, and his impact is comparable to elite guards like Zach Martin back in 2014, when the Cowboys' trenches saw a historic boost in efficiency. As for the Colts, the context is clear. They're in a bit of a rebuild with a positive cap space of around $22 million, but the team is focusing on developing their young quarterback, Anthony Richardson, and building around him. The Colts are planning for a future post-2025 rebuild after finishing 6-11 this season. Their current offensive line ranks 18th in the league, allowing 54 sacks and permitting 6 yards per carry. That's not terrible, but it's not great either. The team's management sees Nelson's $29 million salary as a key asset to free up cap space, especially as they look to extend players like Pittman and focus on bolstering their defensive line with young draft picks. The logic is simple. Moving Nelson, a 29-year-old who's still playing at an elite level, makes sense for a team that's prioritizing future flexibility and cap management. The Colts aren't just dumping a star. They're making a strategic move to maximize their rebuild potential and give Richardson the protection he needs to develop into a top-tier QB. Now, what does this mean for the Bears? Everything. Adding Nelson would immediately upgrade Chicago's interior line, which has been a bit of a weak spot lately. Currently, the Bears' OL ranks around 15th in the league with a PFF grade of about 78.2 and allowing 2 yards per carry. Bringing in Nelson would cut down sacks significantly, projected to drop from around 48 to about 28, and improve pass protection, especially alongside Tevin Jenkins, who's been a solid contributor with a grade of 85. 9. This upgrade would not only make Justin Fields safer, but also open up the running game even more. Right now, Chicago averages around 112 rushing yards per game, but with Nelson anchoring the line, that number could leap to 148 yards per game, boosting the offense's overall efficiency and making defenses think twice before stacking the box. And it's not just about run blocking. Nelson's presence elevates the entire line's pass protection. His elite zone scheme skills, with a PFF grade of 94. 2 in that area mean he can effectively handle stunts, blitzes, and interior pressure. His ability to create holes and sustain blocks helps the Bears. Running backs like Donta Foreman and Rashad Penny find running lanes more consistently. It also gives Justin Fields extra pocket time, an increase of about 0.8 seconds, allowing him to make better reads and deliver more accurate throws. The improvement in protection and rushing efficiency would translate into more points per game. Currently, the Bears score around 20 points per game, but with Nelson in the fold, projections suggest that number could go up to around 27 points. That's a significant step for a team looking to become a serious playoff contender. And speaking of the playoffs, the impact on their Super Bowl chances could be huge. Nelson's addition would make the Bears' offensive line a true strength, transforming it into a wall that opposing defenses struggle to penetrate. His presence could turn Chicago into a team that's not just competitive but feared in the trenches. BetMGM's odds already reflect that shift, with Chicago's Super Bowl chances jumping from plus 6,000 to plus 2,500 after this kind of move. That's a substantial increase in their title odds, and it's not hard to see why. With a solid defense ranked in the top 10 and an upgraded offense, the Bears could become a dark horse in the NFC, especially if they capitalize on their improved line to establish a balanced attack that keeps defenses honest. Of course, there are questions about Nelson's age. He's 29, and how sustainable his level of play is over the next few years. But the truth is, Nelson has been remarkably durable, missing no games in 2025, and his elite performance level doesn't seem to have declined. Plus, the Bears have a manageable cap space of about $5 million, which would allow them to extend some of their younger stars like Darnell Mooney or even improve their secondary, which has been a bit inconsistent this season. The move to acquire Nelson isn't just about short-term gains. It's about laying a foundation for a sustainable, dominant offensive line that can serve the Bears for years to come. Looking ahead, if this trade happens, it would signal a clear statement of intent from the Bears. They're not just trying to patch things up. They're aiming for a top-tier, playoff-ready team that can challenge the best in the league. Nelson's leadership, durability, and elite skill set would make him a cornerstone piece, much like other game-changing guards in recent NFL history. His addition would also send a message to the rest of the NFC North. Chicago is serious about reclaiming its place at the top of the division and making noise in the postseason. And let's not forget the potential ripple effects. The Packers, Vikings, and Lions would all have to adjust to this new reality, especially if Chicago's offensive line becomes a true strength. It could open up lanes for the Bears, running backs, and make Justin Fields even more dangerous with play-action opportunities. The division race could get even more interesting, with Chicago suddenly looking like a team that's ready to compete at the highest level and not just hoping for a lucky playoff run. So, in summary, this potential trade for Quentin Nelson is more than just a move for a star guard. It's a statement of intent. It's about transforming the Bears' trenches into a fortress, boosting their offense to elite levels, and positioning themselves as serious contenders for the Super Bowl. The fans are excited and the league is taking notice. This could be the start of a new chapter for Chicago football, one where the team's identity is built on strength, resilience, and relentless pursuit of greatness. Keep your eyes on this story. It might just be the move that propels the Bears into a new era of dominance. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears. Do you think Nelson is the missing piece to finally push Chicago over the top? Or do you believe it's too much of a gamble at this stage in his career? Whatever your thoughts, we love to hear them. Remember, this is a fan-driven community, and your voice is what makes all this so special. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. We're in this together, and with moves like this, the future is looking brighter than ever for the monsters of the Midway. Let's keep the passion alive and hope that this is just the beginning of something truly special. Bear down.